Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights 2. I don't know why I was about to say 3. When last we left off, we had slain basically everything within the castle Highcliff ruins. And we were about to be on our way to Neverwinter proper. I just wanted to really quickly see whether or not there were any other things I could purchase, anything I could get rid of. Want to see if there's anything I can sell / identify. Oh. Nasher's nimble boots. These boots have a large N carved into their heel, marking them as the property of Lord Nasher. The story of how he came to lose these has never been told to anyone other than his closest confidants. This item is one of 4 other items that once belonged to Lord Nasher. If worn together, their magic grants the wearer additional benefits. Nice! And dexterity +3, that's pretty insane, I won't lie.
Everybody, follow me!
Would you benefit that greatly? Yes,
Everyone,
you would.
Follow me.
Your command?
Your command.
Yes.
He could theoretically, seeing as his chainmail provides +2, but he would get a total. He would jump from +1 to +3 because 13 +3 equals 16, and it's +1 per 2 over 10.
Fall in.
All that to say, this would be better
How can I
suited
help?
for Mishka, because that is not only going to be more AC for her, 1, sure, but with the weapon finesse, her rapier and dagger have a +1 to attack. I don't think it was until Pathfinder that they have another thing to make it so as dexterity gets added to light weapons with weapon finesse.
Yes.
But we good now, so we good. Old monster, 5 charges of use. I mean, this would be pretty damn good with Mishka being able to cast it. I'm still unsure what stones I can and cannot sell, so I shan't. Keep the gloves of the yellow rose. I don't know what other sort of party members will end up getting. You're gonna sell the war mace. Hot take. I really wish that you could deconstruct some stuff so that you can make shit. How much are all these arrows weighing me down? None? You say so, game. Let's see. I gotta share the load a little bit, though. Was it Constitution? Yeah, let's go ahead and give the Constitution one to her so that she doesn't die. More often, anyways.
Command.
We'll give the throwing axes to you. Just so as you have a ranged option.
Fall in.
Wand of Lightning. That's just Lightning Bolt. Actually, wait. Can you use that?
I'm listening.
No, you can't.
Everybody, follow me!
You can, theoretically, because you do have ranks and use a magic device. Yeah. I think the DC is something ridiculous. Use a scroll, emulate alignment, race. Use a wand, DC 10. Never mind, she can just use a wand.
Fall in.
Boop. So it's basically a 50-50 shot. Anyone can use a wand if they have used the magic device. Don't see anything else that I immediately just want to get rid of. What was the elixir raw again? Right, Sunbeam. Shadow Priest's Journal. Countless soldiers slain by my master so long ago rest in the soil of these ruins. As I exhume the bodies and confer upon them the blessing of eternal servitude to our cause, cannot help but feel a great delight. These men once drew their swords against the rightful ruler of all things, and now they awake to serve the very same king they defied in life. I cannot help but wonder if the citizens of Highcliffe and Fort Locke will recognize their kin in the bone-white faces of my troops. I shall know the answer in less than a week's time, as my forces are nearly ready to march. Blessed be our great king. Well, someone is rather full of themselves. Self-protection.
Yes.
We're a sneeze to a level up, and that is
Yes.
both awesome and a little bit daunting, simply because I don't know what I'm gonna do once we have hit this next level up. Part of me is wondering whether or not I can catch up with Galen
Yes.
back in Neverwinter. I mean, more than likely, it's just gotta find the dude. Speaking of, let's finally go to Neverwinter. It's only taken us like 10 hours. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I just go down by the cliff. Zachan, Gira, what are you doing down here still? Anything more that I missed?
Greetings.
Alright. Quick save, just in case something happens along the way. Yes, it's time to go to Neverwinter. Ugh, my stomach's already started churning. How long's this trip? Oh, do be quiet, Kilgar. Enjoy the waves while you can. I'll say it'll be nice to travel without being hunted for once.
The shard you have found, show it to me.
Yes, Sierra? Sierra? Is that what you sought?
No, it is much more. Forget the betrayer. Forget our vengeance. These shards, they must all be found. Whatever forces you need, we shall grant you. But these shards must be ours.
Of course, Sierra. It shall be done.
Well, that's ominous. Also, I just realized I forgot to talk to the captain. Probably no big deal. Or my game could crash. Alright, please don't crash this time. I will cry if you crash.
Dalrin. Lord Dalrin now, I hear.
Who's there?
Come now. You remember? Has it really been so long?
You. But you died at the battle at West Harbor.
Delayed, perhaps. My imprisonment was most distressing. But dead? Now how could I die with so much left unfinished? And there is so much more left to do.
So this is Neverwinter? Suppose it's possible for a city built by humans. Can't say I care for it though. You want a proper city, you build down, not up.
This place feels unnatural. The wood and stone, it's as if they've been silenced.
I wish you'd both be silent. The entire trip was just one long whine from the two of you.
Oh, me stomach feels funny. This boat
rocks like a baby's cradle.
This water is so unnatural and deep, not like the swamp of dead people I grew up in.
Not that I've got great memories of this place, but it's home. So, where are we going first?
I love Nishka. Oh, God. Well, we need equipment, so let's look around for a shop.
Good idea. I've got a few things I need to unload as well. Let's not be too obvious, though, all right? The docks can get kind of rough at times.
Man. Alright, you know the city better than the rest of us.
Believe me, I know Neverwinter pretty well. Let's get going. I've got gold burning a hole in my pouch and I'm looking to spend it.
Man, she's like a different personality now that we're in Neverwinter. Kinda like it. See, there's the sunken flagon. Armorsmith, the city watch, the weaponsmith right across from the armorsmith. Man, that's just logical. They might look like trouble. If there is one thing I've got to say, though, so far about just stepping into Neverwinter, it feels more empty than Neverwinter Nights 1 presents its... Which is weird to say, considering Neverwinter Nights 1 is, you know... how to put it? Neverwinter Nights 1, there's a plague. Interlocking plates, gloves. +2, so that is effectively +8. Which is better than the half plate that we currently got. It is lighter. It is magical. And if we ever do get a dexterity bonus, that would be neat. Not to mention +2 to the heal, minus 20% of the weight. Or I could just focus on getting full plate and then later on enchanting that. Fire burst 2 times die. Oh yeah, I suppose we also gotta do whatever Kelgan actually needs to do around here. What is it you really need to do around here, buddy? Mask of Persuasion. +1 Charisma, +1 Concentration, +3 Diplomacy. But that would get rid of my Headband of Intellect. Light Shield +3. God, the stuff around here really does just go right on up. Great Oak. Treant birch is not noted for his tolerance towards those who threatened his forest. When giants felled a grove of the oldest oaks, he vowed revenge and enlisted the aid of a group of rangers. To help his new friends, he infused their armor with all the protective energy he could muster. Their combined might was enough to soundly defeat the invaders, and the giants of the north still tell of the angry forest spirits that drove them to the lowlands. The rangers' suits have since scattered to the corners of the world. Another light set of armor. Bonuses versus giants. Which only makes me beg to wonder... just how much we're going to really find of giants in this campaign. I'm gonna buy some cold iron. Probably buy some silver too. Wonder what the benefits of a cold iron suit of full plate would provide. Well, for now, we've also a weaponsmith to go talk to. Listen, basically rule number 1 to me when it comes to finding a new place, check out their armorsmiths and weaponsmiths. See if they have anything new upgrades. Arc Asunder. Halberd with +1 electric damage and +4 to parry. That's not too shabby. Bastard Sword. Elven Court Bow. +3 Mighty. Fist of the Legion. As a mace, but it's a +1 with a chance to stun. Stunning would be pretty freaking cool. On hit, knockdown. That's pretty good flail. Rotan Skull Crusher. A war mace with bonuses versus goblins and orcs. Pretty cool. Lawgiver. Greatsword? Oh, a bastard sword. +3 versus chaotic with a +1 additional bonus. Rift Hammer, which causes sonic damage. Actually, is that better than Storm? Yes. Well, I think the lesser Rift Hammer is a... Yeah, it's a war hammer, not a light hammer. That's kind of tempting to give to Kelgar, though, if only because... I don't know, his dwarven war axe has kind of fallen off just a smidgen. Sickle, spear, sandstorm, do. Slashing great axe. Reduces your dodge modifier, but it's got a +2 and a chance to hit for blindness. That's pretty bitchin'. War axes and war maces. Can you have adamantine? No. Got dark steel though. Do I have dark steel? Shit. I could have sworn I had dark steel. Maybe I sold it. Iron. Scabbard of Keen Edges. Now this is a pretty good item. 3 times per day you can put Keen on a weapon. For those that don't know, Keen is an ability you can put onto sharp weapons, so anything that is bladed or does piercing damage. Where'd my spoon go? There it is. And it will double the threatened critical threshold. So if it's a 19 to 20, it becomes 17 to 20. If it's like an 18 to 20, it becomes stupid at like a 15 to 20 or something of the sort. It's kind of scary. It's kind of something I want to grab, if only to give to Nishka so that her rapier can hit more often. Because even if you crit, there is a chance you don't crit, but you will always hit if you crit. It's a sentence that I'm sure makes sense to someone. Smith hammers, torches, trap mold kits. Whoa. Damn it though. I was really hoping that some of these places had more materials. Because what am I going to do with 1 dark steel ingot? Already bought a 3 cold iron. That said too, I don't see a... Unless there's a place specific for me to craft shit. Let's see. I do see a couple of doors. Notably, that one. Alright. Let's do this. Let's do a sweep. From the top left to the right. And just kind of spiral in towards the middle of the town. There's Neverwinter citizens. Might as well quick save. Now that we've done all that, now we're actually in town. I have a theory of why it crashed though. See, in order to run the game relatively smoothly while recording, I have it open in
Everyone, follow me.
Everybody, follow me.
I have it open in just windowed mode, but
Fall in.
a specific key is required for that. But the thing is that that doesn't full screen it, and I record in full screen because yes. Hello, sir. Wish the city could spare more grey cloaks to help out at the docks. Why do you say that? We've been having trouble controlling the thieves here in the district. They're running loose like they own the place. Marshal Cormac and his lieutenant have stepped up patrols, but we just don't have enough men to keep an eye on every street corner. Just watch your step, keep your head down, and you'll be fine. Fair enough. But yeah, I record in full screen, a little behind the scenes, and I use OBS to record the entire screen, the entire monitor, because it's just easier that way and doesn't be a ginormous pain in the ass. However, when trying to run Neverwinter Nights 2 with Borderless Gaming open, it will just crash. So what I have to do is open the game, then open Borderless Gaming, period. And that usually does the trick. But I think what had happened is that it was trying to more or less just open like a new instance of the game, for lack of a better word, when it was trying to do the cutscene. And yeah, I think that's what led to the crash. Like it was trying to open a cutscene there. Oh, hi.
You will die by my hand.
For meddling!
Let's see what they may take that.
Okay, so they found me.
Give me a moment.
Good hits, good hits. We're still so close to leveling. Hey, potions. So they were just literally waiting for us in the alleyway. But yeah, keep that in mind if you ever do Neverwinter Nights 2 for any reason whatsoever. That Borderless Gaming does work with it, but only after you've already opened it. This place is fancy. Oh, that's the sunken flagon. I didn't even see this house over here. Sans shop.
Well, well, well. Looks like this lock needs some special attention. Hells. Was that all right?
I guess we're not getting in there. Maybe it's a time of day thing. Hello. Okay. I don't think that the sergeants or anyone have anything particular to actually say. If I'm not correct, this is a statue of Baldur. No, that'd be wrong. Because we're in Neverwinter Nights, we're not in Baldur's Gate. You gotta love the fact that a good majority of the, I guess, more popular adventures, a good majority of the more popular stuff is basically just named after cities, mind you, the big cities within the setting, because there's plenty of adventure to be had in Neverwinter or Baldur's Gate. That said, I still think that they should pull away from the Sword Coast for just a little bit, man. Just a smidgen away from the Sword Coast. I'm walking around for no particular reason. Let's go to the sunken flagon. Psych, we're going over here. Nope, we're not, because that was already dead end. Alright, sunken flagon it is. A fancy looking place. One of the only other places that haven't seemed to be cut and pasted. Let's... Oh, that's some familiar sounding music. Sorry, coffee. It's important. Oh, there's Duncan.
Well now, what can I do for you? Bit of venom for the belly, perhaps? Or maybe a tankard or two to shave the edge off your day?
I'm looking for my Uncle Duncan.
Uncle Duncan? That sounds a bit familiar. If you're here to collect on some debt, I'll tell you that Duncan's a drunk fool without 2 coppers to his name.
I'm his nephew. I'm related.
Oh, really? I can see that. Thing is, last I heard, Duncan was still a realm's man. So what part of the family tree did you fall out of?
Dagon sent me.
Digging, eh? So the time's come, has it? Trouble's chasing on your heels, and you barely know why. Suppose Dagon told you less than half of what you need to know, then sent you packing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Don't take it hard. Done it to me twice in my life. All for good reason. I can probably guess why you're here, but why don't you go ahead and tell me anyway?
Dagon told me to seek you out, that you might know some of the silver shards recovered from the battle at West Harbor.
Oh, did he? Nothing more than I did years ago. Plain silver near as we could tell. You and those shards were all that were left of that West Harbor battle.
Duncan, I thought you said that shard was magic, didn't you?
Trace of an enchantment on it is what that eel sand said, but nothing of importance. Probably residue from demon's fire, or maybe wizard magic.
Demon's fire? Sounds important to me.
And that, Sal, is why you are cleaning tables and I own this place. Those shards were magic, yes, a trace. But again, it was sand. And he's a fool. Anyway, barely worth mentioning. More sentimental value than anything else. That really why you came all this way? To hear about your mother?
Wait, what does she have to do with this?
Yeah, your mother, Esmeralda. Since you were asking about the shards. What, Dagon's still keeping that inside? It's a wonder he doesn't crack down the middle. But you know, I have no call to say that. I think that's why he buried that first shard. And gave the other one to me.
Who's Sand?
A hedge wizard. Somehow set up shop on the docks. But it's tilling enough he can only run a business down here in the crack of Neverwinter. Got a dry wit, and he'll always rub you the wrong way. So his name's well chosen. Still, I suppose I trust him enough. And having a wizard close by certainly tends to keep fools from causing too much trouble. Well, me and Dagon took the shard to him back when he lived in the merchant quarter, before his run of bad luck. But he couldn't get much from it. Just faint traces.
Well, it's got power now. Maybe he can get another read from it.
Here. I've always kept it close for some reason. Didn't want to leave it out of my sight. Seemed unremarkable. But I find that sometimes time will tell. Had Sand examine it a long time ago, but he turned up nothing.
Maybe with two of them, he might get a better reading from it.
Well, it's worth a shot. But don't pay him any coin in advance, that's all I'll say. In fact, that viper would be best off.
Ah, it seems I've arrived just in time to deflect the usual barrage of slander from the local innkeeper.
Sand.
Yes, it is good to see you're still sober enough to recognize me, Duncan. Past the stale beer, vinegar, faint sweat, failed aspirations, unwashed tunic. I thought perhaps you had already had one tankard too many for the day, but why? Your guest here has the smell of a harbin about them. Faint, but there. I thought Duncan was keeping company too good for him. Now I see I was right. Duncan, you could learn a few things from your guest.
Still passing off those 2 copper fairweather charms to the locals, Sand?
You have no appreciation for my talents, and after all I've done for you. To think you could survive a fortnight without my ale purgative. Why, you would be buried in the tombs with the rest of the Neverwinter traitors. A betrayer of barkeepers everywhere. But enough about you and your adventurous exploits on the tavern floor. I heard my name mentioned, and oddly enough, almost in a tone that suggested I could help.
This here's kin.
I'm not really seeing the family resemblance.
And we need your help concerning the shard. Both of them.
Shard? That chunk of silver you showed me so long ago? I do hope you're not going to try to pawn it to me again. I am no longer interested. Besides, as I recall, you said the piece of junk had sentimental value, which upon viewing your establishment is perfectly understandable. Besides, didn't your uncle or cousin or brother or whatever make off with the other shard? I thought you only had one now.
It found its way back, so to speak. We need you to look at both of them again. Properly this time.
Oh, very well. Give them here and let me see what my keen arcane senses can determine. Well, it seems to have some resentment to being scryed. That is quite different than last time. Are you sure these are the same shards? The power in them. Why, it's definitely stronger than last time. Much stronger.
Oh, so now they're magical. I'm not paying you for 2 failed divinations, you charlatan.
It's not a matter of divination, you one-tankard drunk. There is something about these shards. Without knowing their history, even my considerable talents cannot unlock their mysteries.
How can you not sense the magic of these shards? I can tell just by holding them.
Because he's incompetent?
Duncan, the more I speak to your kin here, it's evident where the sense in the family went. Since you seem to have been given all the brains of the family, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But I do know the shards did not have the same strength the first time I examined them. There could be something about you that causes them to resonate, but I have no idea why that would be.
So who would know the shard's history?
You could try and speak to Aldenon, but I don't think you'd have much luck reaching him. The Black Lake District is closed down.
As always.
Aldenon lives in the Black Lake District, you see, and now he's trapped there. The Watch has it locked tight. No one going in or out, no messages in or out, even for the nobles that used to live there. Quite cryptic, really.
Why was it shut down?
I heard about that. Lord Dalrin was killed, wasn't he? I've heard rumors, but no official word of what happened.
As have I. Not only are the Watch not talking about it, but they even called in the Cloak Tower mages to investigate, which means sorcery or demons were at work.
Demons? Closest I've ever come to demons is Dagon's tales about the battles down south near West Harbor, when there was that trouble with the King of Shadows.
King of Shadows?
Some sorcerer, I believe, had a number of demons and shadows at his beck and call. Not many tales left about that period of Neverwinter history, oddly enough.
But you say this Aldenon might know more, Sand?
Well, if you're not a member of the Watch, or know a secret route into Black Lake, then you're out of luck. So it seems like you have no choice but to let me examine the shards at my leisure. I'll need to hold on to them, of course.
Wait, Watch or secret route? Not bad ideas. Either way the coin lands. Hell, there's Marshal Cormac. He's currently at the City Watch Post, and I know he's in bad need of an extra sword arm down at the docks.
Cormac? From Fort Locke?
Yes, I heard he got back to Neverwinter recently. Surprised he even made it with the troubles I've heard around Fort Locke.
Trust me, you don't know the half of it.
Cormac's a harborman too. And folks of the harbor are as close to kin as you can get out of the mare. He might be able to take you into the Watch. And from there, speaking to Aldenon shouldn't be too hard.
I just love that she just, like, leaned over her chair or whatever from the fireplace all the way from the other side of the inn or the tavern going, believe me, you don't know the half of it. I mean, that does sound good to him.
If you want to find another route into the Black Lake District, that means dealing with other folks that try to control the docks. Moya and her gang.
Oh, there's an idea, Duncan. They probably were behind the Watch closing the Black Lake District in the first place.
Not my first choice, but if I had to speak to her, how would I do so?
Well, she's got thugs all over the docks. But finding one who can get you to her?
There's Caleb. He used to try to get me to pay him gold for protection before I told him about the wards I'd inscribed on the building that caged the Guardian Elementals. Long story, but quick resolution.
Caleb, maybe. But I don't trust that harbor rat to give you a fair deal. And the price will be steep, in bodies or coin. He doesn't like being the only one with blood on his hands.
Doesn't sound like someone we should put our faith in.
Obviously, you've never dealt with the Watch in Neverwinter, Kelgar. Dealing with Caleb is probably our best chance.
Still, the chances are simply talking to Caleb will make you want to kill him, so it seems a clear win to me. If you do speak to him, though, be sure to do it downwind.
I get it. People be stinky. I want to join the Watch. Maybe I can do some good while I'm at it. Where can I find Marshal Cormac?
I'm with that. Nothing like a good excuse to knock some heads together and do some good while we're at it.
Yeah, great. I hope nobody else I know finds out, or there goes my sterling reputation.
You can find Cormac in the Watch Post near the Dolphin Bridge that leads to the Merchant Quarter. He needs help, so it shouldn't be much of a tough sell to join up.
Caleb should be lounging around the corner east along the main road. Just follow the smell. If you want to join with him, he'll probably ask you to hurt or kill someone, so be warned.
I'll mark both on your map. Help you get your bearings.
Well, you can certainly find your way into trouble from here. Me, I will head back to my lonely merchant existence. Should you need my expertise, simply ask. But just in case, bring a great deal of gold as well.
Man. Not many characters in...
Well, there you have it. Talk to Caleb or Cormac. Cormac is at the watch post near the Dolphin Bridge. Caleb should be lounging down the street east along the main road. With that sword arm of yours, I know the watch would love to put a uniform on you and have you pound some sense into the local hooligans. Though if you're looking to get into Black Lake, I'm sure Caleb has a faster solution in hand. That is, if you haven't too many qualms about using your muscle for him. But while you're here, feel free to make yourself at home. Also, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. Your companions are welcome to stay here as well. Even if you're off on some other journey like the one that sent you here. They're all welcome to make themselves at home whenever they're not traveling with you. That way you'll know where to find them if you need their help later. Sound good?
Did anyone ever come hunting for your shard?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I've kept it in the back for years. Barely even thought about it till now. It is odd that they seem to be after yours. Maybe there's something different about the one you have compared to mine. But then again, my shard didn't have any traces of magic until yours showed up.
Can you tell me anything about what happened in Black Lake?
Well, there's been some tales floating around that a nobleman, Lord Gentry, was murdered there. But the watch isn't saying much. Either because they don't want to spread tales or they don't know much. There may have even been more troubles, but I haven't heard. Either way, Black Lake's locked up tight. You won't be able to get in unless you're a trusted member of the watch. Or a really good thief that runs with the right circles.
What do you know about sand anyways?
That little sharp-eared viper's got a wit to match, but he has his uses. And he's one of the only peddlers of charms and potions here in the docks, so he gets by.
Still don't understand why he couldn't afford that place in the merchant quarter. His potions are cheap, and they work.
If you need to use his alchemy workbench, or you're shopping for some minor magics, then he's a good one to see.
Alright, so he's the other... He's where I do alchemy.
What did you want to know?
A lot of trophies on the walls here.
Yep, a lot of stories hanging on these walls. Shed a lot of my own blood, and others in the past. Now it all goes into the flagon.
Were you an adventurer?
Well, if you can call it that. Me and some old friends, now gone, made quite a company along the coast. There were 5 of us to start, but by the end there was just me.
Can you tell me any stories?
I could, but they wouldn't go anywhere. And there wouldn't be any tension in them, since you know I survived anyway. Now Dagon, he may have some tales for you. About your mother, too.
What can you tell me about Dagon and my mother?
Only as much as Dagon allows. He keeps his past close, despite how it keeps everyone else from him. I knew your mother, though. I know you lost her early. Terrible tragedy. During that attack on the village. But that's really Dagon's place to say, not mine.
Yeah, well, Dagon decided to stay all the way back in frickin'
What did you want to know?
West Harbor, so... Can you tell me about your... Oh, wait. I think he's got nothing else to say. Duncan is allowing you to stay at the Flagon during your stay in Neverwinter City. There are 3 crafting stations available for use in a room in the back. Also, when they're not traveling with you, your companions will await you here in the Sunken Flagon. Hey, Sal.
I greet you.
Alright then. Crafting stations, crafting stations, crafting stations in the back, crafting stations, crafting stations. Those aren't crafting stations. It's a kitchen. How do we get to the back? Oh. That. Rubber banding. Door. Bed. Bed. I'm gonna guess that there's not much to loot, if anything at all, to loot in here. There we go. Alright, so really quickly, I say really quickly, it might take a bit. I wanted to double check. Yeah, that's the alchemists. I wanted to double check if there was anything... Oh. Oh, his shard provides me acid and electrical resistance. On top of the 10 HP, that is welcome. Alright, what is this? Cold iron. Plus the full plate. Activate. But damn. Not valid. 3 metal ingots. Did I not make a cold iron full plate? Is that not a thing? Huh. Alright. Oh wait.
I am listening.
Nope, not you.
Yes.
Oh boy. I will find it a little bit annoying if I can't, if basically everyone is going to be over here and then I'll need to select them, drag them all the way over. Ugh, that'll be a time. Well, that said, we got some talking to do to our companions, don't we?
How can I help?
Yes.
Hello.
What's going on?
Huh.
Me? Well, I don't know. I'm me, I guess.
Questions. Go ahead. I'm all horns.
I was kind of hoping that she would have more to say, seeing as we have now made it to Neverwinter.
Something you need?
So eager to know about the creatures pursuing us. Alright. Ah, yeah. Alright. So that's how that's gonna go. Cool. Don't mind that in the slightest. That's actually pretty neat. Being able to just store everyone more or less there. Still, a little bit confused about the, cold iron thing. I guess only weapons? Goody. We got you to talk to, Sand. Why is everyone even slightly injured?
Ah, well met again. And what can I help you with?
Always closed. Don't know anything about the murder. Let me see what you have for sale. We have Spellcraft +3. Not that useful. Oh, now this on the other hand. Gloves of the Artificer. Though the true origin of the gloves of this type is unknown, those sold in Waterdeep often claim to be functional replicas of a pair of gloves once used by Hallister Blackcloak to assist him in making the notorious traps of Undermountain. I've always said Noctorious. I've only just read it now and I'm realizing there's no C in Noctorious. Noctorious. No weapons. You apparently have potions. And scrolls. Pretty good selection. Jabus. You do have some other things. Got a bone wand. Wand of lesser summoning. Lesser scholars. Lore +5. So the same thing as mine. Right? Yeah, it's just that yours glows. Impressive, I guess. You don't have... Okay. Did I or did I not buy a bar of adamantine? Because that drives me nuts. I know I had a bar of adamantine and I might have at some point sold it. Also, that silver ring is going for 148 here. A lot of this is going for more here. What the ass? I've got to look more into the crafting itself just to make sure that I'm doing anything right. Because I would love to have made a new set of full plate armor, but apparently I can't. That said, I do kind of want the gloves of the Artificer. Just so as I can use them outside of combat. How much are they? 4,000? Wow. Guess I should have waited to come here to sell all of my +1s and whatnot. Jesus. This is double. How the hell do you like me so much to take my storm? I'm taking your Artificer gloves. I don't know if there's anything else I could... Because I don't have anyone that can scribe scroll yet. I suppose I could have that be taught to, what's-her-face. Also, did the rest of my party just ditch me? Wait. Did I remove them from my party? I think I removed them from my party. Ba-da-ba-bop-bop-bop. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna look more into actually the actual crafting of things before I do any sort of shit like, oh, I'm gonna try to craft this thing of alchemical silver full armor and then not do anything with it because I can't. But literally across the way. Man, that'd have been a hell of a flub. Excuse you. That said, it's still such a tease that I'm like 210 experience points away from anything and everything. Most notably a level up. Yeah, let's leave. Okay. I did remove them from party. Well, how many people are going to be companions in this game? In the Neverwinter Nights one, they had like 8. It's going to be hard. It might be a little bit harder for me to attach myself to a party at this point, considering I've already delved into the, like, 10 hours of playing the game before, you know, experimenting and modding and shit. I say modding, quite literally dragged a file to a folder and said, yep, that looks better now. And to its credit, it is a lot easier to read basically everything. The docks, to the back alley. Ah, yes, to the back alley. Let's see, is Cormac over here? I know at one point one of them said that Cormac was somewhere around here. Man, though, if the docks district hasn't changed since the last time I've been to Neverwinter. Let's see, that's the district exit. That's the back alley. You wanna try your hand here, Nishka?
Hells. Was that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Kind of figured that we weren't going to be able to just waltz into a new district. So that explains not being able to get into Sand's shop, because Sand was important to the plot. That said, I'm going to expect that Dagon has something to eventually actually say. It's a big manner. At some point, like he'll pop into existence at some point later on and be like, hey, here's what happened with your mum. To which point it's almost kind of like, Alright. Doesn't mesh too well with the story that I've had for this character, but hey. Guess I can't complain too much. Where's this? Wow. Hello? Oh, Marshall. Go have a chit-chat with you. There must be someone we can spare, Lieutenant. He's the first to take a stand against these thugs and deserves our protection. You know the number of men I have available to me, Marshal. You also know the efforts I've been taking to weed out turncoats. I can send some watchmen to this shopkeeper, but then we'll have to postpone the sweep through the northern district. I'm sure you'll agree that we want every man available for that operation. Consul hasn't done us any favors with that last one, have they, Lieutenant? We'll just have to make do with what we've been given. Very well. Postpone the sweep. Assign some men to the shopkeeper. Place the others on well, look what the winds brought into Neverwinter. It's good to see you again. If I recall, you were promised a reward if you decided to seek me out. I spoke with my captain once I had returned, and she agreed that your services were quite valuable. Now the watch is most generous, thank you. Woo! Money. Glad to see your harrowing journey through the mare hasn't changed you. A lot of people would come out of that place changed, and not for the better. But enough about that. What can I do for a fellow harborman? I need to enter Black Lake District. Beautiful place, worth the trip, but we have the entire district locked up tight. We won't be getting in there anytime soon. Why? What happened? Foulest murder. I'm not permitted to give you any details as the investigation is ongoing, but it's serious. Even the mages of the Cloak Tower have gotten involved. But why lockdown? Again, not permitted to say. If it makes you feel any better, though, even some of the nobles who live in the district haven't been permitted to return. The only way anyone gets in is if they're a member of the Watch, or Captain Braylana has to personally approve anyone who wants to enter Black Lake. That woman takes her job very seriously. She won't just give you one if you ask. What if I work for the City Watch? Will that help? Be a good start. Knowing you, you're more than capable of handling the job. If you make enough of an impact, Captain Braylana may even take an interest in you. Believe me, you'll have plenty of opportunity to show off your abilities. Why is that? City Watch has lost its grip here on the Docks District. Criminal gangs are running loose, and even some of our own seem to have forgotten the oaths that they took when they joined. It hasn't been just your casual crime wave, however. These thugs have been way more well organized. We've heard a name, Moyer. We think she's the one running the gang. We also know others have tried to organize their own gangs. City Watch is outnumbered. We can use every man willing to join our ranks. Yep, sign me up. Yeah. What I tell you about this one, Ro? Gets things done with little fuss. Yes, sir. Valuable recruit. Captain will be pleased. Here. You'll need to wear this cloak to mark you as a member of the City Watch, and believe me, your arrival has helped us out immensely. Now, I wish we had the time for you to settle in, but we've got a problem with one of the shopkeepers. His name's Hagen, and he's decided to stand up to the criminals of this district. Get down to his shop and make sure nothing happens to him. My guts tell me Moyer's crew isn't through with him yet. Lieutenant, it would seem our problems are solved. The sweep of the North Docks can occur on schedule. Yes, thank you. I recommend that you make your way to Hagen's as soon as possible. I worry for his safety. Yay! Also, we got a new cloak to wear. City Watch cloak. +1 diplomacy, +1 intimidate. That's going to be a little bit of a considering, you know, my charisma is always going to be trash. But hey, new cloak, all blue and shiny.
Yes.
I'm not sure anyone else has any use for charisma, though.
Yes.
Your command?
I don't think anyone has any use for charisma besides me. But hey, City Watch, +1 diplomacy. I won't lie. I really do consider the idea of upgrading my diplomacy a fairly decent idea. Let's go ahead and go to Hagen's shop and see if we can't end this on more action. Mostly because I also want to level up. Hello, puppy. I'm gonna quick save before talking to you. This looks like a wolf. It seems to have somehow wandered into town. Its fur is matted with blood. That animal is not a wolf, it's a druid, badly wounded. Is there anything you can do to help? I will see. Thank you for allowing me to treat this one. The blood's so thick I can barely make out the wounds. Are you from the Circle? Circle of the Mare, yes, but this is far from the lands we tend. How do you come to be wounded? It is far from my lands. I am a messenger only from the Circle of Swords of Neverwinter Wood, sent to find one of the Circle of the Mare. Maybe you'd like to explain the blood on your fur? I picked up your scent, the scent of Maiden's Glade outside of the city walls, and against my instincts I tried to come and find you. In my animal form I was wounded by the city guards and left here. Barely had the will to heal my own wounds, or even shift out of this swarm. Left any longer I would be dead now. It is a strange thing, but as we come closer to the mare, it becomes more and more difficult to shift from beast to human and back again. Did you come here because of what was happening in the mare? Whatever comes from the mare, it comes for Neverwinter Wood as well. It was thought that the Circle of the Mare would know more of what strikes at us. I'd hoped to find Vashin or Naveen of the Mare, but you are the only one I have been able to find. We found another in the Maiden's Glade, Kalil, and he said that the Circle of the Mare was lost. But you would know it to be true or not. How is it that you do not know the fate of your circle? I've been away for some time, and my speaking with the elders has been over a year since we were in the same place. As for the troubles of the land, we suspect that it may be tied to this one that I'm traveling with, and these shards that I'm carrying. Shards. I fail to see how one could affect the other, but I'm not of the elders of our circle. I will keep hunting for others of the mare, as ordered. Know that the druids of the Neverwinter Wood have been forced to retreat slowly from their tended lands. If you would speak to them, travel to the Skymere and use its powers to contact them. Unless something has happened, you should be able to reach them. Why is your circle no longer in Neverwinter Wood? A threat. They fear its corrupting effect, not only on the mare and the wood, but deeper in the land as well. Thank you for saving me. Eleni of the Mere and the one you travel with. With my wounds tended, I may continue my journey far from the city. Farewell and travel to the Skymere. Tell the elders of the Circle of Swords what you know. I leveled up. I am going to, however, call an episode here. When we return, I've got a level up to do and a shopkeep to keep safe. Funny how that works. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. And as always, I hope to see you folks in the next video. Take care. Cheers.